You're
That's
also
my
sending
only
a
advice.
message to Gurudas Kamath. But speaking of the Prime Minister's authority, we saw yesterday the ungainly sight of a Minister of State for Railways, Mukul Roy, challenging the Prime Minister's authority, saying it's the PM who's the minister, I am not. He goes off to Jungle Mahal with Mamta Banerjee, doesn't go to Assam where the Prime Minister has directed him to go. Instead of being sacked, he's moved out to the Ministry of Shipping. How do you explain this, Mr. Khurshid? Is it the signs of a Prime Minister who's so dependent on his allies that even if somebody insults him, he just has to take it?
I'm not sure that we should be putting such strong interpretation and words on whatever might have happened. And you know, we all function and we all make mistakes and we all sometimes get things wrong. Sometimes we don't get the right message, and then we need to be told. And I think there's no harm. I mean, the head of the family is the Prime Minister. The Prime Minister shows us the right path from time to time. I think we should welcome it. There is nothing wrong with that.
But what is the message? In Mukul Roy being moved out of railways, sent to shipping, he challenged the Prime Minister's authority. Many would say insulted the Prime Minister himself, and he doesn't get shown the door. Instead, he gets rehabilitated in a new portfolio, Mr. Khurshid.
I don't think that, as I said, you're using very strong words, and I think we should leave this to the head of the family, our Prime Minister, to decide who deserves what in which way. And I don't think that we should put a gloss on it and try to find interpretations that are really not there. The Prime Minister knows what the Prime Minister has to do, and we have to follow the Prime Minister's instructions, and we do that. We work for him as the head of the team. And I think we should leave it at that.
From the telecom scam to the black money issue, the government has been really getting it left, right and center from the Supreme Court. How do you intend to deal with this? That's one of your biggest challenges. How do you intend to ensure that the government doesn't get so many negative strictures passed at the hands of the Supreme Court?
Well, I think we've been through a bad patch. And we did need to take some proactive steps to align ourselves with what the Supreme Court was trying to do. We also have a point of view that that we will and we do put to the Supreme Court. I think both institutions, Parliament, government, and Supreme Court, on the other hand, are trying to do the same thing, which is that in the changing circumstances and changing institutional structures of our country, we must ensure that there are no aberrations and things don't go wrong. They want the same thing and we want the same thing. Perhaps our language could be different and perhaps our strategies might have been different, but I am sure we'll be able to coordinate it effectively.